Hey, Russell Hotels going live just for a couple of minutes. You guys know how I do it. Today is Monday, so that can only mean one thing. Miss Tiffany English is my guest host today. So she comes on every Monday, and you know what? We fresh off of IPEC, okay? So Independent Planners Educational Conference. We were just there together in where is it at? It was in it was at the Gila River Resort and Spa or Resort and Casino, but that's in Chandler, Arizona, which is right outside of Phoenix, Arizona. So you fly into Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, and then it's about, I guess, about 20 minutes from there, I would guess. Yeah. So how are you today, Tiffany? Did you get back okay?
I did. I did. Reluctantly, I came back because I was enjoying that sunshine. We had really good weather the entire time. So it
Okay.
was it
Okay.
was it was hard to leave. I'm back.
Okay. It was
It's fresh Monday.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
hard to. It was so hard to say goodbye.
I
Right? Is that one?
know. I know. You know. And
Yeah.
I'll just put it out there now. Good old IPEC organizers and host. Great idea to host on the West Coast in the middle of February. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, I mean,
Oh, you didn't want to be in the
the
East. You didn't want to be in
the
the
past
East of the
past
Midwest.
past 2 years it was East Coast, and then now West Coast, and I'm a fan. So yeah,
Okay,
back
okay.
at it.
So the weather cooperated.
Mhm.
it was nice. It was nice. I wasn't gonna say it was hot. It was warm.
Right.
It was very nice. It was very nice, even for
Well,
someone that's from the desert.
well, that's what I'm saying. That was my first time in
Oh, are you there?
Arizona. Every time I think.
Okay, you're going in and out. I don't know what's going on over there. Are you there?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I
No.
Okay. I'm just because you were going in and out.
Oh, okay. So what about now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Keep talking. Let's see. Make sure.
Okay. Well, okay. No, I was just saying that was my first experience of Arizona,
Okay. Okay.
and
I can
hopefully
hear
I'll
you,
come back.
but your mouth is not with your voice. Maybe you should go out and come back in because your mouth is not
All
with
right.
your voice.
Okay.
So we'll wait for her to go out and come back in. Hopefully my mouth is with my voice, but we're live and I am like, yeah, yeah, yeah. We are live on, let's see. Okay, hold on one second. Let's see. Tiffany?
How about now?
Okay, that's better. That's better. Better. Okay, so we're
Hi.
live on LinkedIn, YouTube, IG, Facebook, right? I think I'm only on four. And then Tiffany has her own thing going on as well, right? So what are you live on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, something's going on. I can barely hear you. How about
What
now?
did you do? What are you doing? I can hear you
I'm not doing
now.
anything. Let's see.
I don't
Huh.
know.
That was weird.
There's a bad connection and it's all on your end. So anyway, okay. Anyway,
The
all right,
technical
let's
difficulties.
just talk. So let's try to get through it. Let's try to get through it. So
Yeah,
comments are
let's do it.
open. I mean, comments are open. I'm not sure how much she can hear, but comments are open. So feel free to make your comments on in the chat. That's what it's all about. It's all about that engagement. So we welcome that. Once again, this is the daily check-in with Tiffany and Russell of Hotels. She comes on Mondays and about stuff. And today's stuff has to do with IPEC, Independent Planners Educational Conference, which we just attended. I already mentioned that earlier, and she kind of led in with. She's glad that North Star or the powers that be had it in a warmer climate, because in years past it's always been kind of like in that mid or the east area, southeast or east coast. And of course, there's weather issues there, so shout out to them. So good job on that. Okay, so anyway, what's going on? So you got back home okay, and what do you think? What do you think about the conference?
I thought it was great. I thought it was probably one of my favorite conferences so far.
Okay, okay, I would. Yeah, because your sound is not on. It's not. There's something going on over there in Chicago. Okay, I don't know what's going on, but it ain't good. All right, so
Very
it's your connection. It's not my connection. It's yours.
Hmm. How about I go on? Okay, how about give me a little disco break and I will come back in a second.
A little disco break. Okay,
Yeah, a little
give yourself
pause.
a little
Pause for the
disco break.
cause. Be right back.
All right, all right, all right. Go ahead. Let's see. Yeah, go. Make it work and make it happen. So anyway, we're gonna wait for Tiffany to come back on. But no, I had a good time as well. I think it was one of the better ones that I've attended, better IPEC conferences, and I want to say that this was my third or fourth one, and it was very good. It was I think the appointments were good as well. I think there's a lot of quality destinations and hotels out there. I think the choice of meeting planners were good as well. I call myself hotel site selection, but meeting planners, meeting professionals, people that put on meetings and things like that. I thought the caliber of them was good as well. The speakers were good. Some of our own are up there speaking about experiences. And one thing about IPEC, you get to glean off of other people that are running, you know, their meeting planning businesses as well as independents. Okay. So, well, okay. Welcome back to Tiffany. Okay. Did you do something? What'd you do? Jump up and down, turn around 3 times?
Well, I'm on my phone. Sometimes we have to pivot and do some other things and figure it out. And here we are. So,
Okay, that's what. Don't do whatever you did before. Don't do that ever again. Okay. So if you're on your phone now, stay on your phone because this works.
all right.
I
Good.
guess. Okay. So anyway, let's see. I see a chat here. Got policy. Oh, that's policy. Hey, policy. Policy asked me to come on her podcast. So policy, let me know when that's gonna happen, right? Because I'm anxious. I'm ready to do it. And the policy's out there in Brazil. See, that's what I'm talking about. International, flavor, international range. We get a range of people coming on this show and to communicate with us. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, policy. Okay, so go ahead, Tiffany.
Okay. What were you talking about? Where did we leave off at? I
Well, I
don't
was
want to.
saying how good the conference was. I said the
Okay.
quality of the planners was good, as well as the quality of the destinations and hotels was good as well. And I said it was probably one of the best ones I've gone to, and I think this was my fourth one. And just everything, like I mean, from the location to the food to everything, I thought was the entertainment. I mean, I thought the entertainment was off the chart, off the chain. So what do you think about that?
Agreed. So I'm glad we're on the same page because, like I said, I think this is my third. This one I think was the best. But you know what? That's what happens when you do annual events. They're supposed to get better and better, right?
Yeah.
I think North Star took our surveys and feedback into consideration. Um, IPEC was great because they implemented a boot camp at the end. So we got some really good education specifically for independent planners. Um, the hotel itself, the resort, great service.
Yes.
And you know how I feel about some service. The staff from our events, from our dinners and our meals, they were so attentive. I mean, you know how I love that VIP experience. My water glass never got empty because they were refilling it. They were attentive. I'm curious on how it was with your experience with your dietary needs, but for me, the food was great. I mean, yeah,
I have to say it was good, and it ended up spectacular because
yep,
the last meal on because okay, we were at the what is it called? The boot camp. So after the boot
yes,
camp on Friday night, there was another dinner. And uh, I don't know what they did with these Brussels sprouts or this
what?
cauliflower.
I
Okay.
know.
I don't know what they did, but it was the best. It has to be the best. And I text his name is Ryan. He's one of the sales managers that represents that hotel,
Okay,
the Gila River, the place that we stayed. And I sent him a message. We were going back and forth on messages during the last couple of days. I said, "Hey, that was the best for any hotel that I've ever eaten in. That was the best food I've ever had on that Friday night."
wow,
Okay, but I have to say this, and I didn't say this on this text. It was probably one of the. It's probably not just for hotel food, for any food that I've ever had, as far as like Brussels sprouts and how they prepared the cauliflower,
yes,
that how much flavoring it was in it, the seasoning, and it wasn't over seasoned. It was just
right.
perfect. I mean, it was. They did a great job. They did a great job, and that's all I need. Just for me to help. The food is going to set it off for me for the most part.
Right. I agree. And it's funny, we had talked about this previously and you were talking about creativity with food. And I feel like they really, it wasn't just let's put out a salad and some
Exactly.
chicken. Oh, you
Yeah.
can't eat meat? Okay, take the chicken off. No, it was it was very no, but it was very intentional, even for people that didn't have dietary needs. I was eating
Yeah.
those Brussels sprouts like it was
Yeah.
nothing. The color, like, and okay, so let's just go ahead and set the stage for people who weren't there. This was a seated plated dinner, and it came out in courses, family style. And honestly, I just think the level of service, the type of meal, was great for that type
Mhm.
of event. Um,
Mhm.
Gosh, and to your point, like you said, everything was seasoned and flavorful, but not overly done.
Mhm. Mhm.
You could tell that there was a lot of thought and planning into the meal, and I know that for a fact because I had an appointment with a few of the ladies, and they were really excited to host us. And that's another thing too. I've been
Yeah.
to conferences where they're like,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
you could
we're
tell.
impacting their business and they're just like,
Right.
we're an afterthought. They were really excited to host us and it showed.
Mhm.
And they talked about how they had a meeting about what the meals were going to be, what how they were going to contribute, even from registration. All right. And I talked about this where most of us fly in the day of
Mhm.
and get our registration, but we're it's the middle of the afternoon, we're starving, we're hungry, and they had just really thoughtful snacks, just a few light things, popcorn, nuts, chips, just something to get us to our welcome dinner. And it
Mhm.
was something that they mentioned, like, oh, we get this, we get that you're coming in, that you might want to like snacks. So the fact that they took it into account, every part of the meal, it really did show. Like
Yeah.
I can't talk about it more. It's like you had to be there.
That's true. That's true. No, it was yeah. I can't think of anything that was not that they did not do a great job at. I'm just trying to think, but only thing, and you guys throw something in here. And this
Right.
wasn't a thing from me. It was someone. You always pay attention to what other people are saying, especially during the last dinner. They had mashed potatoes, okay, and the mashed potatoes had gravy already in it. Now they suggested
Okay.
that they should have had, the gravy on the side, you know what I mean? And then because
Okay.
everybody does not want, gravy in their mashed potatoes. So that was something I didn't eat because I don't know how the gravy was prepared. So or
Sure.
the potatoes. So I didn't eat it. But a couple people next to me, like, oh my God, I love mashed potatoes and gravy, but I don't want it all together. I want to
Same.
be able to pour it. And I thought was minor, but I mean, it was something that for those people, the two people at the table, it was something that made them not eat it because it was like swimming in and gravy. But it looked good. It looked good, but
Yeah.
it just for them it didn't work. But everything else, when I asked the gentleman, one of the servers, because the salad came with, like I don't know if it was some type of cheese on it, Parmesan cheese or
Hmm.
something. It was
Hmm.
and I called the gentleman over and just said, "Hey, do you happen to have salad with no cheese on it?" He said, "Are you vegan?" I mean, that's what he asked. I mean, he asked that. I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Oh yeah, I have something for you in the back." So he brings it out, and he brings out. I forgot about the dressing, right? But he brings out like a vinaigrette dressing because the other
Okay.
dressing was like, I don't know, something with cream or whatever, probably a ranch or something like that. And he said, "Oh, this is the dressing that goes with it too." I mean, so I forgot to ask, but he already knew that that this is what I needed, and I mean stuff like that. So that tells me, you mentioned the whole planning. Everybody knows it wasn't just like the top people, the chef knew, and the people in the kitchen. It all went down to the servers, and the servers knew that there's going to be a couple people in here that are vegan or maybe have some dietary needs or whatever. And they may do this with everybody. You know what I mean? They may do it with
Right.
everybody, but I'm talking about my experience, and my experience was great. So I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I
That's up.
see a comment from Miss Zina. Okay, Miss Zina, I
Okay.
see you. Let me put her comment up here. Now, Zina was here as well. She attended the program as well. Her comment says, "Hola." Oh, she's speaking Spanish this morning? Okay, ¿cómo estás, mija? Okay, she said, "Hola, Russell and Tiffany, my besties and IPEC familia. I missed the rest of the after boot camp meal due to a dinner schedule with my great aunt who lives in Chandler." Okay, very good. Glad to hear it went well and was good, especially for our Russell. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
We
they know
we
how
do look out for you. We
they know how
try.
yeah, they know how particular I can be. Okay. So
We
I
we want to make sure you eat and not sitting there looking crazy. So yeah, good. So Zina was there. So she makes a good point because she left right after I think the appetizers, and there was a bit of a flow. And you always think about what the timing of the flow is when you're doing a course to meal. And I think she was trying to wait as long as she could, but had to go. So we thought maybe the timing was a little. It could have been a little bit quicker. But it spans the time of our dinner, so it
Mhm.
just is what it is, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
No, very good. Thank you,
thank
Zina.
you. Thank you,
Appreciate
Z.
your comments. I appreciate your comments. I see you on Instagram. I see a DJ G Licious. Hey, what's going on, G? Let me get back over. Okay, so anyway, keep going, keep
All
going.
right, all right. So can we move into, we talked about the food, great, top notch. All right, let's talk about the resort and the rooms.
The
Oh, do we have
resort and
visuals
the
first?
rooms. Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, this is. I mean, this is just the board. What our events.
Oh, can I make a point about that? The branding throughout the resort. So you had
Mhm.
IPEC, you had the LED IPEC lighting outside, you
Yep.
had IPEC on your TV, you had and I noticed that. So when you're doing a
Yeah.
conference, what are these branding opportunities that you can do to have that? So I noticed, and I love that screen because it's,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
big, you can walk through it. And that was in between our sessions. So right there in the middle that you can uh, refer to in case you didn't download the app.
Exactly. And most, well, I mean, like I said, I'm going off of the last IPEC that we attended. I don't remember where it was, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But speaking of the branding opportunities or the branding aspect of it, it was like you said, it was everywhere. When you checked in, the gobos were, all illuminated on the wall, the ceiling,
Hmm.
whatever. But it was everywhere. So you could not be in that hotel and not know that there was an event going on, and it was called IPEC. You may not have known what IPEC
Right.
was, but you knew that there was an event going on. So no, they did a great
Right.
job. The hotel did a great job of that. So I mean, that's a learning thing for other hotels that want to host things. I mean, not just for
Yeah.
IPEC, not just for North Star, but in general. And maybe that could be the hotel, but at least the hotel had the capability of doing it. You know what I mean? So
Well, I will say, you as a hotel, you're the best expert of what you can do. I might not be thinking about putting an LED logo on the wall, but to know that it can happen at that resort if I'm having an event because I see it. So for you as a hotel, being able to say, "Hey, this is what we can do," because sometimes we don't know what you can do until we're like, "Oh yeah, that looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's
exactly.
go with that." So the
Exactly.
fact that it was a great example, something that you
Mhm.
can use for future events. And you
Yeah,
can go to other hotels and say, "Hey, can you do this? I was just
exactly.
at a conference where they did this, this, and this." So,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I'm gonna go through a couple of slides here. You just tell me what they mean to you.
Vegas? What was that? Is that the elevator?
That was an elevator. That's correct. That was an elevator.
I was like, where is that from? That doesn't, I know they were doing kind of more of a Vegas vibe. We were in a casino hotel, so
Did you
yeah.
get a Vegas vibe? Did you get a Vegas vibe?
Did you go
Vegas.
in the casino?
I went through it. I didn't. Yeah. I mean, is that what you're talking about? The Vegas vibe, just from the casino?
Well, I didn't understand that. I know they said something about Vegas pop-up or something. I did take a selfie under the Vegas sign. I
Okay.
don't know what it was. So,
Yeah, I don't know if they do shows there. They could be doing some type of shows like Vegas kind of entertainment. I'm not really sure about that, but
yeah.
you do have a casino, so of course that's like Vegas. Maybe it's a little bit more upbeat. Maybe that's what they're working on. But these are things were in the elevator. You got in the elevator. You saw when the door closed. That's the kind of advertising for the hotel, promotion for the hotel. I just
Right.
took the picture. I mean, I thought it was interesting. You know what I mean? Trying to, if you don't want to go all the way to Vegas, you can go here to the heat.
Yeah, no, that's not the vibe I got. You
What
know
did you
how much
get?
I love me some Vegas, so that cannot be duplicated. I did not feel
Okay,
like, oh,
okay,
this is an
okay.
alternative. No, I did not feel like it's an alternative to Vegas. Honestly, that casino, it was nice. So, in my appointment, they reiterated it's a non-smoking casino, which, ooh,
Oh, I love that.
love it, right? They
Yes.
had options. I went over they have a little balcony where there was a smoking area outside.
Okay.
But
Okay.
you walk in, it's clean, it's not loud. Mind you, it was the middle of the day. It was a nice kind of more of a quiet one floor casino. I mean, maybe reminiscent of a an off strip casino, but I didn't get a Vegas vibe at all, which is okay.
Yeah.
Keep Vegas in Vegas. You don't have to say that you're bringing Vegas in. We're okay. We can go to Vegas to get
Okay, I got you. I
our
got you.
yes.
I got you. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Now this is my guest room. I had a double double. I don't know what you had. You probably had the
I think
suite. I know Zina had a suite.
Diana
How
had
that
a suite.
happened,
Okay.
who
All
knows?
right.
You had a suite too?
No, I did not have a suite, but let me tell you. Let me get into these rooms. Let me tell you. Let me just level set with you. When you have a large group and you're throwing in different room categories. I know when I try to keep everybody in the same room category. Why? Because at registration, that was the topic of conversation. What's your room? What does your room look like? What do you mean you got a suite? I didn't get a suite. You got so I will say that I got a regular room. I got a king. I have a queen king standard, and it was nice. It was clean. It was nothing to get excited about. And then I heard other people had suites, so now I was like,
Hmm. Did you happen to
hmm.
see one? Did you happen to see one?
I did not,
Okay, I
but
didn't. I didn't either.
what I did see really interesting different room categories. We did not get a typical site tour like we normally do at these
Now,
things.
wasn't that different? Now that was. I don't know if that was good or it was.
Well,
It was interesting. It was different.
it was different. Well, at first it was good because I remember us going into the ballroom for about 10 minutes before dinner, and they announced, we're not doing a site because we're going to dinner. So at that point, we're like, okay, that works because we're hungry, ready to
Yeah,
eat
yeah.
anyway.
That's
But
all I cared about.
thinking about, well, I still need the law of the land. And I know their reasoning was you're going to be
You're
in
going to
these
be
same,
exactly.
right. And what I heard was they were at full occupancy, so they didn't have rooms to show us.
Okay.
Uh,
No, that's
so,
fine.
what I did find interesting is I did see a colleague's room. She had a regular run of house room, but she was in the corner with a balcony. And I just thought it was interesting that the balcony room was attached to just a standard. So yeah, so interesting kind of room setups that I was hearing about. But yeah, I did kind of feel like, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
And I did have a view of the pool, so I know you mentioned your view.
My view was not of the pool, okay? My view was of the 10, I guess it was a 10 freeway, some freeway, and the parking lot, okay?
Okay,
So,
all right. Well,
but you know,
I believe we were all in the Sunrise Tower, which was the updated tower. I think we
okay.
were all there. I don't know if anyone was at the other side of the tower, but what I will say, I did kind of more of my mini tour after the event.
Mhm.
And I will say, if I was in the old tower, I would have been hot. I would have been mad because the contrast and difference of just the carpeting and the darkness of the other tower. I guess they're still working on their renovations. Now you see this picture, it's light. They have the taupe, some neutrals. And then on the other side, there was a lot of reds and browns and that old, you know, carpeting. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
do appreciate they put us all most of us in the renovated tower, I would think.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. I only went to one tower, and that's where my room was. So,
Oh no, see, I got to go all over.
yeah, I know. I know. I know. And then the designer makes a comment, yes, my suite, and I will send a picture of my room. Okay. All right.
Okay. She
Go
didn't even
ahead.
invite us over. She
Yeah,
didn't
let us
even
know,
show us.
honey. Let us know what it looked like. You need to invite us over and say, "Hey, come check out my
Oh,
room,"
exactly.
so we can see. So we can see. But that's okay. So I'm happy that you got your room. Okay, so what does this mean right here? What is this?
Oh man, that's the gift. The gift to take home. So mind you, you walk right in the room. It's this huge box, right? That's what I noticed when I walked in. And opened it up, and I just thought it was the cutest little gift. So it came with a robe, slippers, and a sleep mask. And it says, what does it say? Relax and luxury. And Russell, I have these slippers on right now. Can I show them?
Oh my God.
They are so comfortable. They are
Oh
probably the
my.
best slippers I have ever
Oh,
had from a hotel, and we're even talking about the Fontainebleau because I'm telling
oh,
you,
okay.
these are the most comfortable, fluffy, warm slippers, and that big old robe that I had to somehow manage in my suitcase because I mean it was rough.
So did you take the box with you too?
Oh no,
Okay. So some
no.
people, I can't remember what her name was. Dang, what is her name? I can't even think of her name. She said she had to take the box with her. She was gonna
I
take
mean,
it
it
on.
was a great box.
Yeah. So no,
I guess if you were driving, but I'm on
no,
a
she was
flight.
fine. She was from DC.
No, I didn't have all that room.
That's
Mm-mm.
some extra stuff to take. No, I stuffed that thing in my suitcase, and it fit. It fit. So
Well,
yeah,
what do you
no.
think of it? What do you think of the gift?
It
Did you
was
have any
nice. I
thoughts
mean,
before you opened it?
I didn't know what it was at first. So I'm looking at the room, and I'm not even paying attention what's on the desk right there.
Yeah.
And I just happened
Yeah.
to look like, oh my God, what is this? And then I mean,
Yeah.
I even did a video, and I opened it up on the video, and I like, oh, this. I mean, it's very nice. It's very very
It's
nice.
really
It was
nice.
unexpected. Unexpected.
Again, thoughtful. We always talk about, functional gifts.
Mhm.
What's something that is not going to get left in the room? By all means, I was getting that in my suitcase. I was taking that with me. It wasn't it wasn't a card. It wasn't a keepsake. It was nice, and it was a nice touch. I'm
Yeah.
serious.
It
Yeah.
was no, it was unexpected. It was very nice. It was a very nice touch. I know.
Yeah.
Yes. So shout out to Resort and Casino as well as North Star for putting that out there. So yeah, no, that was nice. That was nice. Now, did you get a chance to have some pool time? Because I know that's important to you, especially when you come to these warmer climates. I mean, yeah, these warmer climates.
Yeah, pool time is always a must for me. So just to say, that was even one of my questions when I registered. What time is the pool open till?
Oh,
And he told me 10 o'clock, and it's heated. Now I don't know too much if I felt that it was heated. I did take a quick dip before our welcome dinner, and I don't know. I guess it could have been heated, but it was a little chill to me. But it had a hot tub. Now that's the main pool, but next to it is a the Serenity pool, so it's adults only. So thinking
oh,
about future events where you can bypass all the kids and the families and relax in your adults only pool with the hot tub. So
okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
What about you?
I didn't go to the pool. I took this picture. You see, I'm not even inside the pool area. Okay. I'm I'm at the gate taking the picture. I don't, I don't. I mean, a pool's nice. That's fine. That's what you do. I got a pool here that I don't get
I
into.
know.
Okay?
I know.
I
You
showed you
say
that,
that.
right? So
Yes,
it's
true.
pools don't excite me anymore. Maybe 100 years ago they did, but now they don't excite me. So I mean, it's nice. It is nice if you're into that, especially in the summer. I mean, that's the place to be.
Right.
I get it. I understand. But no, it's very nice. They, like you said, they have two pools. So no, it's very nice space. But that's just not for me. But no, it
Yeah.
was cool. It was cool. Okay, let's move on to the next. Now, I have a couple videos to show, and I don't know if you can hear these videos or not, but and I'll just show a little snippet.
The greatness and all the good things that you're about to go do in terms of your performance, right? It's out
So if
there.
you can
And
hear
look,
me, I
once it's
mean, this
out
was a
there,
gentleman
people
that
may
was
doubt
kind of a
you.
keynote speaker, and
People may not believe
I
you.
forget his
Look,
name, but if
I've
you
experienced this
notice,
personally. People may
um,
even laugh at you. You know how many times I've been
he
laughed
doesn't
at?
have
And I
any
said,
legs.
one of the fastest
Okay, so
men in
he
the
has
world. And they're
the
like,
prosthetic knee or legs. So where am I? Where am I? Can I make that disappear? Can I make that disappear? Oh no, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Oh
Let's go
goodness.
let's go back here. Let's go back here. So yeah, so what do you think of the speaker? Now see, he was a keynote speaker, right? Very to me, it was very inspirational. It's very uplifting. I mean, it's like, you play with the cards that you were dealt. I mean, everybody's
Yeah.
not dealt. And I was thinking like all the stuff that he had to go through, and he is an Olympic, a Paralympic sprinter. I mean, he was a gold medal winner um, at I guess a couple Olympics ago, and he was born like that. He was born without legs, and he said his parents. I mean, of course, his parents told him this. He said when he was born, the doctor said, your son was born without legs. He'll never be able to walk. He'll never be able to run. He'll never be able to play. I mean, just all this negative stuff that was against him. But he was able to rise to the top, and now he's an Olympic, a Paralympic sprinter, so a world champion. So it's just all about perseverance, not giving up. It's a whole mindset thing. So I mean, shout out to his parents for instilling that in him. But it was something that was definitely uplifting, and it was something that was very inspirational to me. So, what do you think? I guess you don't have
No,
nothing to say.
absolutely. No, absolutely. I was waiting for you to finish because I had to make sure to look him up on LinkedIn. It's Blake Leeper, and I believe it's
Ye-
at LinkedIn. He has Blake Leeper. But this is my second time hearing him speak. I heard him speak at another North Star event, and when I tell you, to your point, motivation, inspirational, and the energy. I'm like,
Mhm.
this is the bar y'all need to have because, a lot of times, we come to these things and it's early in the morning. We need that energy. And we had him speak over lunch, and I just really, the message was great, but the delivery, I mean,
Mhm.
you were captivated. You weren't on your phone. Well, I wasn't. I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't scrolling. I was, captured by his story and his energy and his passion. So Blake Leeper, if you look him up on LinkedIn, he is a motivational speaker, you will not be disappointed. Like that kept my attention. So yes, his story is great, but what a dynamic speaker.
Oh yeah, definitely. And when you think about the speakers in North Star, they typically do a good job on speakers, do they not? Is it just me? Do they not?
You know what? Yeah, I feel like I feel like they are tailored to the audience. I just think some of them have more energy than others. So a lot of times in the morning, I mean, I think we had a presentation about, legal and, your business. And I get it, it's important, but it's also 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So having that energy, and you can only be so energetic about, business practices and legal and things like that. But for the most part, I've learned things. I think another speaker that was great. Remember that DJ?
Oh yeah.
DJ Graffiti, I think. So just, I think me personally, I just like that level of dynamics when it comes to speakers.
Yes. I guess it depends on. I guess it depends on the subject matter. Is it a
Yeah,
keynote speaker or is it someone that's talking about a specific thing in your business? Because of
right,
course you're always going to have somebody. This is more motivational, more uplifting. Okay, so
right,
with a story. You know what I mean? It wasn't like going over contracts and I'm an
right.
attorney. I mean those things are needed, but they're needed certain times of the day. So do you need that first thing in the morning? Do you need that in the afternoon after lunch? I don't know. So I think it can be kind of tricky where to put these people, right? And in
Right.
that energy, like you said, the energy that they come with. So I think I think it was. I can't remember. Was it before breakfast, after breakfast, when the gentleman was
So
there?
now that I think about it, I think he was our lunch speaker. So,
Okay,
right? Didn't we?
okay,
Okay.
okay,
So,
okay, okay.
but
And I thought,
honestly, I would have preferred, I would have loved him in the morning. I would have felt,
mhm,
that burst of energy over breakfast. But to your point, like
mhm.
you said, it's a tricky to pinpoint where to,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But
put the
no,
speakers.
I think they hit it out of the park with that gentleman. So shout out to Blake Leaper. Appreciate him coming in and sharing his story, and whoever was responsible for getting him. I think that was a good one. That was a good one. But then again, the other stuff too. I mean, you
Yeah,
know, we're business people, we're business owners, and we definitely have to go over contracts and all those kind of things. Even if you heard that before, there's always something that I kind of can still maybe still remember because maybe I didn't apply it the first time. Maybe I apply it this time. So sometimes it takes me a couple of times to hear the same message to like say,
yeah,
okay, let me write this down so I can um, remember this when I do come across that. So yeah, so no, it was all good. Let me see it. I see some comments from Zina. Let me throw those up here. I spoke with one of the supplier who was quite upset with her
oh,
room in the Sunset Tower.
so someone was in the Sunset Tower. Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
just think rule of thought, when you are putting together attendees attending the same conference, put them all in that same category, or at the very least the same tower, because we'll
Mm.
talk. That's the
Yeah.
first thing we're going to talk about.
Obviously, that's what we're doing right now. Okay. So yeah. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
and who
yeah,
knew? Maybe this was an add-on. This person was the last person to come on, and maybe you couldn't have got them into the other tower. I don't know. I'm sure there's
all
some.
right,
I'm sure there's something. I don't think they did it. Maliciously. Like, oh, we're gonna stick it to this person. I don't know. I don't know if they didn't
sure,
have any other rooms. I just know what I got. Okay, so I
yes,
know what I got, and I was happy. Of course, I can say, "Oh, I didn't like the view," but you know what? It's okay. You know what I mean? So for 3 days I was there, the room worked right. It worked well. It was like I said,
yeah,
it's very nice. I love the shower. Shower head. I'm a sucker for the rain shower head. Anyway,
mm,
I had that, and the shower had enough space to. If I wanted to sit down, I could sit
I
down, and
know you can
you
get
know.
comfortable and just sit there. This
That's
is a sitting shower. Well, and I think from what I was told, the Sunset Tower still has bathtubs. So just maybe the person wanted a bathtub. So they do have a different. I was asking, are there any bathtubs in the renovated rooms? They said that's in the Sunset Tower. So
Oh,
you
okay.
can't. You're not gonna please everybody, you
You're
know.
not gonna please everybody. You're absolutely right. And Zina said she did invite Tiffany to look at room on the first day. So did you see
Oh
your room?
no,
Okay.
girl.
Oh,
What?
and wait a minute. Hold on. The comment about the person in Sunset Tower, that was a supplier. That wasn't a planner.
I
So,
know.
so what? You know what I mean?
But we're all my point is we're all at the same event. That's all I'm saying.
But okay, wait a minute. Okay, let me just say this. Who are you? You're a hotel, okay? So you got two people coming in. You got
Mhm.
one room left in this tower, the one that we stayed in, right? And you have a supplier who needs another room. Who are you going to give that room to? The supplier or the planner? The best room that you have. You only got one room. I mean, you got two
You're,
rooms, but you're going to give the best one to who?
you're gonna give it to me because I'm gonna talk about you.
You're going to give it to the planner. You're going to give it to the planner.
Yes.
So I'm not
Yeah. No,
trying
I hear
to,
you. I hear
discount
you.
the suppliers or whatever, but they would do the same thing if it was their hotel.
Okay.
So
All right. And I stand corrected. I did get an invite. I guess I chose not to go at that time. Man, I forgot. So yeah.
okay.
But she
Yeah,
did
well,
show me pictures and I was a little jealous. Not gonna lie.
I've been wearing my slippers since I returned home, and I have them on now right now while working.
Girl,
The candle
exactly.
included. Okay, I have the candle. I
They are.
didn't. Yeah, the candle. Did you like the candle too? Did you burn the candle?
Oh, I didn't get a candle. Was a candle in there?
The candle was in the box. So if you didn't, yeah, you.
Oh,
Oh
I
wow.
I didn't get to. Oh, that would have been great. Shoot. Were you
Yeah.
supposed to open the whole box up? I just
No, you
saw
just
like
opened the box. You just didn't pay attention. It was just a little small thing. You had to pull
okay.
it out. You had to pull it
Yeah,
out.
I didn't
So
pull it
you
out.
probably
Okay.
didn't. That's why I
Now
didn't see it.
I got my robe, my slippers, and my sleep mask. I don't even know where I'm wearing the sleep mask. Probably on the plane. I'm gonna be like, don't bother me. But
Okay. I see a
yeah,
couple comments on Instagram. Said King of Kino says pool time is essential.
thank you. Thank
Oh,
you.
okay.
Essential.
Okay.
Essential.
Okay. And I see Cynthia Camacho. Hey, Cynthia, how are you? Thank you for joining. Thank you, DJ G-Licious. Appreciate you, brother-in-law, for coming on and checking us out. Let's see. Okay, so those are the comments. Thank you so much, Ms. Zina, for your comments. Now, this one, okay, I have another video to show real quick. So yeah, some traditional Native American. And I can't think of the name of the tribe. But I that's very important that we have like an elder come in, especially when something that's on Native American land. Okay,
Yeah.
this casino. So I appreciate that. I always appreciate that, them giving the opportunity for them to come and speak and talk about the tribe and thank, and they were gracious hosts. Okay, so to thank us for coming there and just share a little bit about their culture. And I think that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Agreed. It's someone's first time to Arizona and seeing all of the details, like to your point, the culture, it being local. When we talk about destinations, it's like what makes this unique? What makes this different from back home? And so they really kind of weaved in a lot of the culture with the blessing of the land with, speaking. And, we even had that gift. Did you get the gift of the necklace and the meanings behind that?
Yep.
That's not something you're going to get in back east or at your home. And I do appreciate when destinations weave in that local culture into their destination.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Now, I got one more video to show, right? So, what time is it? We got about 4 minutes left. We got about 4 minutes left. I got to show this one. I don't know who this is.
Oh.
I don't know who this is.
Now you're wrong. You know you're wrong for that. You know you are wrong for that. Wow.
I don't know who that was. I'm not sure who that was, but somebody was having a good time. They were getting their groove on, like they say.
When I tell you that 90s theme welcome dinner is okay, whoever came up with that, I had my doubts. I didn't even take it seriously. I was asking you, I was like, I don't even know what to dress up for that. When I tell you that brought so much energy and engagement. And again, the Gila Resort, weaving in the details. They had a photo booth that had 90s. They had two bands, because one was for the welcome dinner, one was for the after party, doing 90s music. And we didn't really talk about this, but I love the food, the nostalgic food. They had homemade Pop-Tarts.
Oh my God, yes.
And then they had their labels as the 3.5 disc. It was very, very thoughtful and nostalgic. And I knew every single song that band was playing, including, Jump Around. House of Pain.
Jump around. You're definitely jumping around. That's for sure. You're definitely, doing your thing. I got some other videos, but I didn't think they were appropriate.
Thank you.
This was the cleanest one I can come up with. Okay.
I can believe that. But you know what? So that event, and that was our welcome and / after party. But that set a tone, there was quite a few people that at least that I knew, and there was quite a few people that I just met, and we met over, just having a good time, enjoying ourselves. It was very engaging. A lot of times our welcome dinner would be sitting at a table, having a meal, there's music in the background. No, that welcome reception had us out of our seats and acting a fool. And it set the stage. It set the stage for a lot of connecting, a lot of networking. The next day it was like, I saw you.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
It goes back to that work hard, play hard thing. Okay. You play hard. You have that reception at night. You had the dinner, you had the band, you had the after party. But then you're expected to be there on time the next day. Were you there on time the next day?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that, because it's a give and take. We can have all the fun in the world, and they give us the opportunity to have fun. But damn it, show up on time and take advantage of the learning aspect of it. And I think we did a good job. I know I did. I'm just because I'm looking around to see who wasn't there. That's what I'm doing. Because I'm there early. Okay. I'm there early looking around like, who ain't here that was here last night shaking their booty? Okay. So,
wow.
Oh, you were
I'm
shaking
in here.
I
show up minding my business, basically. But yeah. Okay, so I know real quick we talked about food and entertainment, but really didn't talk about the main reason we were there, for the appointments. So just want to ask, how were your appointments? Do you feel like your appointments were good?
My appointments were good. They were a mixture of, some properties or some destinations I never been to, never experienced. and then there was a mix, and the other mix or another part was people that I knew but had not been to their properties in a while. So I needed an
Okay.
update. And that a gentleman that I am about to sign a contract with for a group, it actually is in this summer in July. He was there, so I was able to talk to him about the contract and everything that's already out that I'll probably sign. I was going to try to sign it then, but I didn't bring a damn copy of it, and I didn't feel like running around trying to go to the business center and print it out or whatever. But I printed it out this morning, and I'll be sending it to him today. So yeah.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah, I sure did. I had a
meeting
with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Well, that's
had,
good.
I think I had about 22 appointments. I want to say it's about 22 one-on-one appointments. So I thought they were pretty good. There's maybe a couple, you know what? And I can't think of her name. It's probably a good thing I can't. I'll just say South Point.
I don't know who that is.
I'm just saying, okay. I'm not trying to go in, but it was.
What are you gonna say?
It was just what if I had to pick one appointment that was like, you know what, I didn't really need to go talk to that person, or that person obviously didn't talk to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would have been the last one. It was my last one, and it's funny. I remember this person from a previous event like this. I don't know. It must have been another North Star event, and she happened to be the last one at a previous conference that I went to, and it was the same experience. Like, what do you want to know?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that.
Kind of like, shit. The end is near. The day is almost over. What do you need to know? You know what I mean? I didn't talk to all these other people. Now I got one more appointment after you. What do I need? What do you need to know? What? You got anything for me? It was like one of those things. And I'm like, and I just had to laugh. And the appointments were what, 12 to 15 minutes, something like that.
Right. Like 12, 13 minutes. Yeah.
This was literally, I was there for 2 minutes because the tension, it was like tension. Why is there tension at a thing where you're showcasing your freaking hotel or your resort?
That is weird. Ew.
Yeah, it was the weirdest kind of.
It's like, why are you here? This show ain't cheap. Why are you here wasting your time, wasting my time, and at your expense?
It was the weirdest kind of funky energy, and I like that hotel for a certain group, right? And it was a Vegas hotel, but it's off the strip. And you've been there before. Because you did a fam there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because
is it that hotel? Is that hotel, or is it in that hotel chain?
No, it's that hotel. I know because I had the same experience with the same person at a previous event. I mean, a previous one-on-one. I'm like,
what? All right, you got it offline. You got to tell me offline. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's not the same hotel I was at. No,
I was there for 2 minutes.
No.
I was there, and I didn't want to be there no more. I felt
crazy.
It didn't feel good. It didn't feel good. Dinah says, hold on. Dinah says, I know who Russell is talking about, and I had a
we need a
and it fell totally flat. Yeah, it was just, I was like, did I do something wrong? I had this an uneasy feeling, you know what I mean? And Josh is saying, can he join? Oh my God, Josh.
He all late. Josh, we told you we're not right here.
Let me see if I can do this without disconnecting.
Look, speaking of appointments, now he wants to pick on. What I will say, appointment-wise, for this particular show, I like the suppliers. I like how they were trying to get to know me. They were trying to tell me about their destination. It wasn't like, what kind of RFPs do you have? The conversations at IPEC to me are genuine. We talked about, as soon as they knew I was from Chicago, they talked about, I love Chicago, and they would give me their Chicago story. And that's what it was for me. I don't know you. I didn't have any of what you had, but for me, it was just getting to know people and connecting. And then them, hey, when you're in town, make sure you reach out, or just kind of giving me some tips. And I'm gonna say pretty much all of my appointments were on point. I mean, I'm not gonna single anyone out. They were a mix of people that I knew, and I was like you, reconnecting, hearing what's new. And then there was some that I just didn't know. I was like, first of all, you gotta tell me where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. No. So yeah. No. I would say overall they were great. Like I said, I was able to reconnect and set up some things because a couple people were here. They're here in L.A. area or Southern California, so I'll be able to go and talk to them. They invited me for lunch and things like that, and just to check out their hotels that I had not seen in a while. Right. So and these are like in the Orange County area, like Huntington Beach or Costa Mesa.
Oh yeah.
Those areas over there. So I definitely go check them out. So, and Josh, if you're still there, I did send you the link. So I emailed it to the email that I had. So I did send you the link.
Josh, hurry up too, because we about to wrap up. So if you got something to say, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, okay. Let's see. I think did Zina put any other comments? No, but yeah, no, it was good. It was good. So yeah, so I'll be able to check these people. And Marina Del Rey, I met with them, and Marina Del Rey is literally down the street from here. It's within 10-15 minutes of where I live. And she goes, and she started off the conversation saying, "Have you ever been to Marina Del Rey?" I'm like, one of my favorite restaurants is right there in Marina Del Rey. She goes, "Oh my God, you have to come over and we'll go to lunch." And I'm like, "Hey."
Wait, you better accept those lunch appointments. I'm telling you. She showed me a beautiful property. I think it was just a Marriott with the glass windows and off the water. Oh my goodness. So I do love that. I love when, our suppliers give us visuals. That's another thing too. Sometimes I'll just be at the table just talking. I'm like, well, we're here to book, right? I need to be able to see something.
Exactly.
See something. So Marina Del Rey does have some beautiful properties that I've seen. And you're going to go experience and have lunch and tell me all about them.
Of course. Yeah. We'll talk about it on here. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Be great.
Yeah.
One of my favorite vegan spots, and she knows it, is in Marina Del Rey. It's called Planta. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, it is so delish. Okay. That's all I can say. Okay. Here's Josh. He's coming on. Okay. So we're going to give this dude a couple of minutes. And see, Josh, how are you, sir?
The fun is here.
Oh, is the fun here? Yeah. You know what I did not get, and I'm sorry because I would have definitely put it on this on the video that I've been showing. You in your '90s outfit. I didn't get a chance to take a picture of you.
I just posted maybe 2 minutes ago my whole little 20-some photo dump. So
look at you. Yeah, he really took the theme to heart. I tell you.
Oh yeah. I need that so I can show everybody that one. That was he was definitely Mr. 90s. So what's going on, man? How was the show for you?
Oh, the show was amazing. It was great. It was my second IPEC. First one was Atlantic City last year. So it was just great to see people like yourself again for the second, third time, as well as meet new people that I've never met before. This time I had not hotel partner, had a venue partner, our convention center, a salesperson with us. So she's with me on her first appointment-based trade show. So she kind of got the lay of the land and how we as CBB people sell the entire city, including her venues. So, and it was just great. North Star always does a good event, good shows.
Tell us who you're with. Tell everybody who you're with.
Yes, my name is Josh Rubin. I am the national sales manager here with Memphis Tourism, Memphis CBB. I've been with Memphis Tourism for 2 years now. As of last week was 2 years, February 1st. So been growing my network and just getting the true feel of the job. I came from the hotel side, 12 years, Marriott, Hilton, worked on the operations side, as far as got up to be assistant general manager of a Homewood Suites. on the operations side, started off as a van driver at 19 and just
Wow.
progressed through that. And then I went over to Marriott to help open a hotel as an opening sales manager for it was a Fairfield Inn actually. And I moved from there. COVID happened about 8 months after the hotel. Wasn't good at all. But from there,
Wow.
went to be a senior sales manager at a Residence Inn. And my current boss now reached out to my old director of sales at another property I was at. Hey, what is this Josh guy doing that I've met at a couple of networking events over the years? And she let him know what I was doing. And he called me up, said, hey, I got a job I think you might be good for Memphis tourism. I was like, what would I be doing? Like, I'll be traveling, selling the city. I didn't know. So it took me a while. Through that whole first year was like, okay, this is what the job is. So now I'm getting my legs under me with this year two, completing year two.
Wow. Wow. That's a good story. I love that. I love that. I love
Yeah, I
that. That's
never
what
heard that story before. Okay.
never have. See what
Oh
happens when
yeah.
you come on. See what happens when you come on and you get a chance to talk about yourself and your brand and
hmm
and what's going on in Memphis. Because I'm sure there's someone out there like, how do you get into that industry? Or where's Memphis? What's going on in Memphis? Oh, there's someone that actually sells Memphis. I mean, there's a
hmm
lot. We get a lot of mixture of people out there that watch this, and they don't get this part of the industry, or they may know hotels because maybe I stayed in the hotel, whatever, but they don't know that there's something called either a CVB, Convention and Visitors Bureau, or a DMO, Destination Marketing Organization. That's the marketing arm of a city or of a
hmm
destination, which a lot of cities have, but a lot of people outside of the industry don't know and know their worth and know why it's important that we have people like you in those positions. So
Yeah,
that,
yeah, I'm very, very passionate about it. Born and raised here in Memphis.
okay.
Of course, worked at hotels throughout the city. So with taking on this job and being able to affect the economy of the city, not a lot of jobs in a city can say that. When you
Mm,
book a large convention or a large conference within your city, it is a ripple effect of everybody that feels that, from the airports to the Ubers to the taxis to the restaurants to the attractions to every
mhm.
little thing in the hotels. So with my efforts being a part of that just makes me, feel great because I was that person that worked part-time hours at a hotel. Well, sorry, full-time, but then I could have been let go to go home because occupancy wasn't where it needed to be and yada yada. So now I'm able to I think of it granularly like, hey, I'm probably able to my efforts was able to make this person have full-time hours this
Mm.
week, this month,
Wow.
because
That's
this conference.
economic development, man. That's economic development that
Yeah.
people do not understand. It's a bigger piece of the pie that a lot of people do not understand. So no, I thank you for coming on here, man. You know what you need to do? You need to come on my show on air with Russell of Hotels, and then that will be devoted to you and you talking about your story, how you got in the industry, and things about that maybe people don't know about Memphis, right? What are the hidden secrets that a lot of people don't know? Because everybody knows Bill Street, right?
Yeah, everybody knows
But
better. Mostly, they
yeah, most
should,
people
but
know Bill Street, but there's more to it than just Bill Street. You know what I mean? So those are
yeah, I
things that
mean,
you can come on and talk about.
yeah, I'm a tourist in my own city sometimes. Still learning things myself because it's just so much here. So yeah,
Okay, okay,
Love
okay.
it.
cool.
Very good,
Well,
very good. Well, I appreciate
Tiffany's
you
gonna be
coming on.
coming to Memphis soon too. We talked about that during our
I'm on
appointments.
my way. He told
Yeah.
me,
Oh,
he told
okay.
me that
Well, I guess I didn't get that memo. I'm looking at my
I,
email right now. I didn't get
I
that.
guess not.
Uh,
No,
I
I,
uh.
did. I talked to you when I had the at the reception. I was like, "Hey, when last time you been to Memphis?" And last time you said IPEC was the last time in 2022.
Okay,
We
so where
talked
do we
about it.
leave that, Josh? Where do we leave that? Okay, and that was
We
it.
we left we left at you're gonna get an email for the
Oh,
fam coming up.
okay.
That's where we left it at.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right.
So
I
hopefully I
didn't,
can have you. Okay, this
not
was
to
this
put
was gonna
somebody on the
happen.
spot on my show, but that's fine.
look at him. See, he about to puff up his chest. Like, hold up.
This is what's gonna happen. We're gonna do an episode. Both of you guys are invited to it, and we're gonna do an episode live and in Memphis.
Let's do it.
That's hey,
And
Now,
let's do it
you ain't saying nothing but
because
words. Let's make it
We've been
happen.
talking about this for 2 years. You talked about me because all I know is Beale Street, like everybody else, and we are going to, yes,
Yeah.
we're going to get comfortable with Memphis.
All right.
Absolutely. Well,
Well, I'm in the office knocking out things, and one of my to-do lists is to
appreciate it.
get with both of you guys on that setting up that trip.
All right. Sam, coming on, man.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right. You have a
All
great
right.
day. We'll talk
All right.
soon.
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right, bye. See, that's what I'm talking about. People want to come on and talk about their destination, what they do, how they do it. That's what this is all about. That's what the daily check-in on air with Russell of Hotels. That's what it's all about, right? You coming on, talking about who you are, what you do, and how you can help people, groups, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate Josh coming on, and just for a couple minutes. You saw it just for a couple minutes. It wasn't like he was on here forever. You know what I mean? He got right to the point and told us exactly what he does for a city or a destination. So there you go. So anyway, it is 10:16. We normally, try to clip this about an hour, but Tiffany, she wanted to do a whole hour and 15, 16 minutes, I guess. So
I told you we had a lot to cover. We had to give our whole full summary of IPEC, and I think we accomplished that. So
yeah, and
yeah,
that's okay. That's okay, especially when you have people like Zina making comments, and I can put the comments on the
exactly.
screen, and then Josh coming on. So no, I appreciate everybody that has come on. Let me see over here on Instagram. Give shout outs to DJ G Licious and Cynthia Camacho, King of Keno, Jacqueline Miller. Used to be Jacqueline Tenney back in the day. That was my partner. Okay, so I gotta get a quick story about Jacqueline. Okay, so Jacqueline, back in my first sales experience was at the Hilton Warner Center, which is in Woodland Hills, California. Okay, out in the valley. All right, so Jacqueline was a catering manager. I was a sales manager. So back then, each sales manager had a catering counterpart, right? So if I had catering business, or if my group had food and beverage attached to the group rooms, Jacqueline was my partner. So I would turn things over. And the same thing for her. If she had a catering piece of business and they had group rooms, she would turn that over to me. So we were partners. So we worked together. So I haven't seen Jacqueline in years. She lives in Minneapolis now. But yeah, I learned so much from her back in the day, and I appreciate her for being my partner during that time. And it was just a great experience, right? So when people come on and I see you and I know you, I'm going to tell a story. Okay, so no, I love you too, Jacqueline. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So
Love
yeah,
it.
so that, what you got to say?
No, I just said I love it, but you know what? It's funny. Our industry, it's kind of small. It's full circle, right? Like, like you meet
Yes.
people down the line, and it's real interesting how our industry works because
Yes.
years go by and you don't hear from them, and all of a sudden, poop.
Exactly. I have not. This is probably the first maybe kind of quasi conversation I've had with Jacqueline in I don't know, years. I mean, I remember going to Minneapolis one time, and something came up where I was gonna try to go see her. We'll try to meet, but something came up and I was not able to see her. And this was years ago. And now she has kids, and I think her kids are grown now. So, oh my God. So yeah, so it's but this whole social media thing gives us an opportunity to keep in touch and all that stuff. So I do appreciate that. So no, I appreciate everything Miss Jacqueline, did for me back in the day. So and helped me out. So that's what it's all about, right? That's what this industry is all about. So there
Definitely.
you go. And every now and then there's good people that come across, but then there's people like that last appointment that I had that she was like, let's get
it's always it's always somebody.
But this
That's
is the thing
funny.
that gets me. Like, and you hit on it. You said this. They've spent a lot of good money to come to these shows.
Yes.
Okay. Do people know who they send to these shows?
Right. Right. Like if this person clearly didn't want to be there, like does the team back home, do they know? Does the home office know that this person is just doing 2-minute appointments?
Exactly. And it was no shame in her game. She was like this, almost had her arms folded and was like,
Oh wow.
I got one more appointment, and what you need to know, what you want, that kind of thing. I'm like, damn. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is crazy. But
I will
hey,
say that's usually not the norm because
no, it's
mine
not.
was
30 plus years. Wait, Jacqueline. It ain't been no 30 years. Okay, come on, stop, Jacqueline. Stop it. Knock it off, Jacqueline. It has not been no 30 years. Don't tell me that it's been 30 plus years. Now, wasn't that like, wait a minute. Was it 30 years? In like 90, I left that hotel in 97. That's not 30 years ago, is it? 97?
yeah. No, 20. Isn't that 30 years? Yes.
I cannot believe that.
It's almost 30 years. It'll be 30 years
Almost,
next year.
almost.
Oh, okay. We're splitting
Yeah.
hairs there. We're saying it's not
Almost,
30 years, it's
almost.
only
Oh
29.
my God, Jacqueline.
That's a
Stop
long
telling me
time.
that. Don't tell me that, Jacqueline. It's been that
That's
long.
yes.
But yeah, but hey, but I'm still here, okay? I'm still standing better than I ever did. So, anyways.
Wow.
Woo, that was a good one. Okay, all right. I think that's it. But
Right. On
Jacqueline,
that
please,
note,
yeah, on that note,
on that
Jacqueline,
offbeat note.
yes, Jacqueline, thank you so much for joining. I do appreciate you, along with Josh, Zina.
Yes.
Let's see who else on this side. I think that was Paula C. Appreciate you, Paula C. Looking forward to being on your show. Thank you so much. Jacqueline, King of Keno, Cynthia Camacho. Appreciate you. Cynthia Camacho, she's from my hometown and Big Town in Blythe. So appreciate that. So yeah, we grew up on the same side of town. Okay. Grew up on the south
Okay.
side. South side is the best side. So anyway, so anyway, that is it. Thank you so much, Miss Tiffany. You got any closing, any parting words?
No, I don't.
Okay, I
No,
think
I
you
think
said
we
it
said it
all.
all. We said
Yeah,
it
we said it
all.
all. So
That
no,
was good.
shout out to North Star. Thank you so much for a great
Yes.
IPEC. I think you guys definitely did I think it's the best one I've gone to. The best
Yeah.
IPEC.
Well, yeah. And I will part with fantastic service throughout.
Yes.
Fantastic service for the Gila River Resort. Thank you for being a excellent host.
And I'm so glad you got that right. It's Gila.
I know.
Okay?
Aren't you proud of me?
Some people are like, the Gila. I'm like, Gila? No, it's Gila.
I was corrected, so I made sure not to make that mistake.
Who corrected you?
You did, remember?
Okay. See,
You remember? Oh, you don't
I'm
remember?
big on correcting people. So yes, the Gila River, not Gila.
I know,
that
but
just
it's
tells you're not
spelled.
from that area. Okay.
It's exactly. It does weed out people that don't know because it's spelled Gila. How else am I supposed to say it? But
Woo, that was a good one. So anyway, all right, that is it. You guys have a great day. Thank you guys so much for joining. Remember, tomorrow, On Air with Russell of Hotels comes on at 1:00 PST. That means here in California. I have a guest, Mr. Victor Simmons. Did I type his thing up here? Victor Simmons. Hold on one second. Maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I got lazy and didn't type it up. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, tomorrow, boom. There you go. On Air with Russell of Hotels tomorrow. Tomorrow's guest, Mr. Victor Simmons. He wrote a book. Okay, so Victor is a good, dear friend of mine. He works in the industry as well. So we'll tell that whole story about how we got in this industry together and, how I even know him. But his book is called The Presence Driven Leader. Lead with presence, not position. Okay, Victor Simmons. Okay. That made me a little think. I got a little, something going on up in here tingling. That's making me think, Victor. Okay. So I got to come up with some questions for Victor. So yeah. So I'm not going to tell him the questions I'm going to ask him, but join in tomorrow, read about or hear about the book, where you can get the book. I think the pre-sale is going on now. all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so join us tomorrow. That'll be show number 331. So, but anyway, Tiffany, thank you so much. Remember, Tiffany's is a guest host every Monday. So every Monday we get get caught up in the life of Tiffany and what's going on with her and her meetings and the things that she does. Okay. So, and remember this, the more you listen to this, Tiffany actually has business for some hotels out there. Follow up. It doesn't make sense. I mean, we'll sit up here and talk about for an hour about some of the groups that she has and what she's looking for, cities and whatever. And I always ask her, say, hey, did anybody happen to reach out to you? No one reaches out to her. So there's a lot of good information that comes from here. So if you're a hotelier, a destination, whatever, however you want to put yourself out there, Tiffany does events all the time. I mean, I do events too, but not as much as Tiffany does. Okay. So, and Tiffany is not shy to tell you that I need this and need that in this area or that, but blah, blah, blah. And so you guys need to listen. Okay. I had one comment. See, North Star IPEC is made just for independent planners. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Zina. North Star IPEC is made just for independent planners. That means planners that are not associated with any other organization, like a Helms Briscoe, like a Conference Direct, like American Express. No, those people cannot attend this because they have their own thing that they can go to. Okay, they have their annual conference or conventions or whatever. But no, this is only for independents, and we are independents, meaning we've taken the brunt of everything ourselves. So if my business is called Russell of Hotels, I'm the one that has to market and promote Russell of Hotels. I'm the one that has to come up with my own accounting system. I'm the one that has to chase my money. I'm the one that does the contracts and approves it and all that stuff. Okay, some of these other organizations, they have things in place for that, and that's fine for them, right? But we're independent, meaning I hate to say this, we're true entrepreneurs, okay? Because we're taking 100% of the risk, okay? So that's the difference between an independent planner and someone that's with a Helms Briscoe or a Conference Direct or American Express or whatever else is out there. So just thought I'd throw that out there. So thank you so much. You got something to say about that real quick?
No, I agree with everything you say. And that's why this conference is so vital to us, because we don't have that host company and all those other conferences where we can get resources, education, and networking. This is our, this is our Super Bowl. This is where we get to be around other colleagues that are experiencing the same issues that we have, same problems, and try to help each other, with resources. And that's why boot camp was implemented in the last couple of years. And correct. So independent planners, IPEC, only independent planners. And yeah, if you are an independent planner and you're thinking about it, definitely try going next year, because I have nothing but good things to say about it. And I think it does impact my business positively.
Boom. There you go. We don't have anything else to say. That's it. Have a great day. Enjoy your week. And remember, tomorrow on air with Russell of Hotels at 1:00. Until then,